Hello. Hello all. Welcome to our Crochet Designs. We're very high, aren't we? Let's bring it down. Bring it down. All right, we ready? No one's on, so it's a bit of a bonus. Here we go. It's really, really high and crooked. Well, I used the stand for something else. Hello all. My name is Mary. This is Wow Crochet Designs. Thank you for joining us today for our midweek live. It is Wednesday already. Wednesday. Did it not pass? Did the time not pass so fast? It went like that. It went Hi, Green Butterfly. She says water time already. Cheers, Green. All right, guys. So, hi, Liz. Hi, Yvonne. Make sure you guys pop your, go to your chat filter and pop all messages, and you will receive everyone's message. Beautiful. Karen is in the house. Everyone is slowly popping on. Lovely to see everyone here today. Our midweek live. We're all back to normal. There's no more holidays for me. My holidays are over. My holidays, well, look, they've been over for over a week now, so I should get used to it, but I'm not. I'm still dawdling. Oh, I'm going to stroll from this side of the house, and then I stroll from that side, and then I kind of lean this way a little bit, and I don't do anything. Up and down, nothing's done. All right, so moving right along, guys. Very lovely to have everyone here today. Now, we had a busy week already. Well, I say we had. You didn't see it. I've had a busy week. I did finish, and we did upload our Valentine's Day project, which was, and still is, this gorgeous little heart. Oh, don't you love it? Choker, if you will. Isn't it divine? And I won't put it on because I rash very easy. So I'm not going to put that on. But you did see it on the mannequin. And it is also the picture that you see here. First time at Rosie. Hi, Rosie. Lovely to have you here, hun. Join the clan. Join the crazy mob. Join whatever you want to call us. But join us. And Green says, love the wedding photos. Oh, thank you very much. Gorgeous Bright. Thank you so much. I did upload some photos on Instagram. Yes, I did. Thank you for noticing, Green. To Rosie, our first timer. Lovely to have you here. Everyone's saying hello. Hi, Mary. Can't stay. Have to go to doctors. Oh, that's all right. Ash, you go, honey. And Rosie says, wish you had closed captions. Not sure what you mean by that. So, no. This is all we have, darling. Just normal chat here on our live. Beautiful Margaret is in the house. Lovely to have you here. And just waiting for Katie to come out. That's all right, honey. Hi, Rosie. Hi. All right. So we're already starting to skip. We're already having connection issues. We should not be having connection issues, guys, because all the young ones are back to school. So exciting. Now we can have normal uploads and normal lives, we hope. We hope. Although it is our summer here. And we have had some nasty hot weather. I mean, really nasty. Today's not bad. Today's one of our milder days. So you never know what happens from one day to the next with our connection here. Everyone using their air conditioners and woof, off goes electricity and we're done. As you do. Words printed. Well, the words are actually on the screen. Oh, I see. You wanted printed afterward. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. You want to actually read the words and not see the person. Oh, okay. All right. Sorry. I can't do much about that. No, I don't know if you can do it on the live anyway, to be fair. Okay, have to go. Just stopped in to say hello. That's all right. Ash, we'll see you soon, darling. You take care. You take care. All right, so moving right along, guys, what sort of a week did we have so far? We got one tutorial up, which was the Valentine's Day tutorial, and in the nick of time, because next week is Valentine's week. It is. So if you celebrate it, you have something here that you can gift your mother, grandmother, auntie, sister, cousin, or even your male partner. I'm sure he likes love hearts. We don't know. We don't know. How do we know what your partner likes? Moving right along. So you've got a beautiful Valentine's gift to give to your partners. Oh, and by the way, the colour combination was chosen by the lovely Pamela. And I did mention that in the tutorial. on, what day did it go up? Yesterday. It went up yesterday. And I also mentioned it on our written version on Facebook and on YouTube. Oh, you're hearing impaired, you need words. I'm sorry, Rosie. I don't know if you can do that live. If you can do it live, if someone knows how to do it live, I'll let you know. But I'm not sure. Am I supposed to change something for that to work, I wonder? I'll check it out, Rosie, and I'll let you know in the future. I don't know if they'll do closed captions, so I'll let you know, hun. Let me look into it, Rosie. You know what? I'm going to write it down, sweet. I'll write it down, Rosie, because we're hearing impaired. That's okay. At least we know. And we'll check it out. I'll try and see what I can come up with, all right? Hopefully that next time I do a live, it can work. And you're always learning something new, you know? It's always something new. Thanks, Rosie. Hello, Middle. Lovely to have you here. Water time already. Cheers, everyone. All right. Quick heads up. I have an air conditioner in the background. So please let me know if it's too noisy and you cannot hear, and I will turn it off with this little remote thingy. It's not a big fancy air conditioner. It's a little small thing, but you know, this room gets nasty hot during the summer months, and every time I do a live on Wednesday on our summer months at 4 p.m. Melbourne, Australia time, every time I do a live, it's so hot in here. So I'm going to try using that air conditioner, it's a tiny little thing like that. Well, it's not tiny, it's tall, but it's like that. And it sits right opposite me. If it's too noisy, I will shift it into the other room and just have it facing the room. But for today, I thought I'd try it in the room. If it works well like this, then we'll keep it like this. Please let me know if you cannot hear me, apart from Rosie, of course, because we know Rosie can't. But thank you very much, Rosie, for bringing that to my attention. All right, so moving right along, guys, what's going to happen for the rest of the week? Well, you know. But for those of you joining us new like Rosie, we are going to be making our part 2, step 2, of our transition, let's try that again, our 12-step transition blanket, our annual project. Now, I wanted to bring it in to show you where I'm at, but I can't, because I'm 3/4 of the way through part 2. Step 2, if you will, and I don't want to give away the pattern. You have to find out tomorrow. Tomorrow the pattern's coming up, guys. Can't tell you what time, but the pattern will go up tomorrow. So that's very exciting. She's singing now, guys. Hi, Rosalind. Lovely to have you here. Quilty Crocheter. Hi. Lovely to have you here, hun. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So part 2 or step 2 of our annual project will be uploaded at some stage tomorrow. Probably likely between 6 p.m. and 11 p.m. That's all I can give you, Melbourne, Australia time. That's the only times I can give you. I can't give you an exact time because, again, it's all about, you know, connection and so on. But there you go. Currently working on the blanket, and I ordered the next 2 colours. Have to order it all in the next 3 weeks before the tariffs start in 30 days. Well, you get tariffs in 30 days. Isn't that interesting? Well, to be fair, I need to do the same for one of the colours, as you all know. The whole tub is in the other room, so I can't show you any of it today, guys. But you know it's already ready to go, and something just fell. Do we have mice? I don't know, I just heard a noise. Oh, it might be the aircon blowing things down. It sounded like something fell. Did a yarn fall? I'm so nervous. We don't have mice. We better not. I'll be standing on the table in seconds, guys. If there's a mouse in this room, you will see my feet, because I'll be standing right there. That's all you'll see. There's no way I'll be putting my feet on the floor. I'm lifting them up as we speak. She got a little crossed under the table. I've got such little legs, so when I cross them, they're off the ground. Don't you love it? We were supposed to have the tariffs taking effect. I've never heard of it, but that's different today. Tuesday for me right now, but it's been extended by 30 days. I don't know what tariffs mean. We don't do that here. We just get charged tax and more tax and more tax. I don't know what tariffs are. So there you go. We all have our things, don't we, Middle? All right. So moving right along. The rest of the week, all you're going to get at this stage is the transition blanket. Now, I would like to get a video vlog out. I'm not going to guarantee it. I'm nowhere near where I wanted to be to get the vlog out. So I don't know whether to hold it out till next week. I may just do that and just spend some time on Friday. You know what I can do? I can hold it out till Monday morning next week. That's a better idea, Monday afternoon, because I'll do my pattern writing on Friday, and then on Monday I'll upload the video vlog, because then I'll know by then, not pattern writing, it's pattern adjusting, yeah? The patterns are all written. All I need to do is adjust the errors or the corrections made by pattern testers, or for mistakes that I find that I need to adjust as well. So that I can do all day Friday and then do a video vlog Monday. We might just do that. I think so. So really all you're getting this week was the Valentine's Day project, colour combination by the lovely Pamela. And it is a choker chain. And when I say choker chain, choker necklace, it literally is made to fit like that. But I left the threads really long. If you wanted to make it into a necklace, you might want a necklace, or you might just do the choker chain like we created on the channel. I don't want to put it on because, you know, I break out in a rush with everything now. Wool, acrylic, cotton, anything close to the skin. It's driving me nuts. I need to go back to Tandy Farm to get the Polworth sheep. I mean the Polworth sheep yarn. Rosie, hi Rosie. Did I say hello? I think I did, but I'll say it again. Hello, Sherry Kathy B. How are you? Sherry B. Kathy. Vice versa. Upside down, wrong way around. And Yvonne, hi Yvonne. I'm sorry, middle, the left, that left. Your lives as soon, but I was late for church. All right, well, that's okay. I'm sure she forgives you, Yvonne. I'm sure she forgives you. But moving right along, we have a lot to discuss today too about what's happening next week here at Crochet Designs. Next week, now that's a whole new week in itself, and it's a very interesting week. If I can get my patterns sorted out by Monday, it's going to be a very intriguing week. So it may change, or I may change what's happening next week. Hi, Fluffy Kitten. Lovely to have you here. Little Fluffs. Hi, Fluffs. Lovely to have you here. I wish I could change my days, but I'm pretty busy. Look, you know what, Middle? I've done the same thing where I've done my days for the lives, and you cannot please everyone. So do the days that suits you, because like I said, when I started, I did Wednesdays to help out with some blankets that we were creating in the older days. Olden days, it was about 8 years ago, 7 years ago. And I wanted to stop doing Wednesdays live. I may still consider it. I know you guys love it. I know. I don't know. I'll keep Wednesdays alive for now, but it does take up a lot of time during the week. I prefer the Saturday mornings live. It doesn't interfere with anything. People are out of the house. Nobody's home. And it doesn't. And I get the room, you know, on Saturday mornings. But we'll see. You love Valentine's Day, dear Sherry B. Well, I don't really celebrate it, to be fair. But I know a lot of people do, and I know they're looking forward to some beautiful things. And I thought this would be nice as a choker chain that you can gift your family. And not only that, for the young ones who want to gift their mums or their carers or their grandparents something pretty, that would be nice as well. Oh, hi, Jay. Finally caught me. Yes, Jay, lovely to have you here, darling. I haven't seen you for a while, but lovely to have you here, hon. We're just talking about our Valentine's project that I created yesterday. It is a choker necklace, and it's actually a choker, so it goes right up to your neck. But I left long, long tails. If anyone wants to make it more of a necklace, they can. But it's actually made to be tight around your neck, like so. And if you're young and skinny, and not like me, you could pop it really high and have it sitting just above your neck. Very nice. That's if you're young and skinny. You're not like me. So there you go. You love the hearts. Thank you very much, Jay. It's a different heart, that one, to the one I usually make. So there you go. We change it. You know what? We change it up sometimes, dear. We make, you know, solid hearts. We make the open hearts. This is a granny heart, this one, where it's made and then just do some trebles up the top and slips. You can make 100 of them and you can sell them at markets. So there you go, if you want to. Rosie, did I say hello? I think I did, but I'll say hello anyway. Hi, Rose. So what we're going to do next week on the channel, now I won't give you too much because, well, I will, but I won't give you way too much information because obviously Saturday mornings live, we can do that. It's getting glitchy. Already it's getting glitchy. It doesn't wait. Let's have a drink. Cheers. Oh, really, Jay? So does that mean you're getting to go off to the Australian Sheep and Wool Show? I hope so. I hope you're there. I'm already booked and roaring and ready to go. It's a long way to go, but I'm booked. I am booked. Booked. All right. So roaring and ready to go. It is cutting out. Are we back yet? Or are we still cutting out? Oh, I may have to cancel the live. I don't want to. You hope so. So you can hear me. Is it everyone else? Let me have another drink of water and just let me know if we're back to normal again. Say yes or no. Cheers. Yes, I can't wait for the Australian Sheep and Wool Show. I need to make sure I have the dates up there along with the names of the subscriber of the year winners. Oh, we're back, are we? Oh, good, we're back. Hopefully it doesn't cut out too much throughout the live. All good now. Okay, thank you. Isn't it funny? It has its moments, doesn't it? And I think it usually happens around 45 minutes in. Today it's happening a little earlier. It's only been 15 minutes in, 16 minutes in. Excuse me, Mary, get it right. So anyway, all good now. Let's move on. So Monday I've decided to move my video vlog till Monday. I couldn't get it out then, and do my pattern adjusting on Friday. I think that would be better because I'm nowhere near where I want to be for the patterns, and I'm struggling to get in this room this week. So I think I will leave that part of it until Monday of next week, and then this Friday spend the day doing the pattern editing. Now, you know, guys, I do the pattern writing on Mondays. We're just going to swap it this week. Even though I've done one this week, we're still going to do one on Friday instead of doing it on the Monday coming. I think that's the best way to do this. I think so. I like to think so. I'll have all the information I need. If I don't, what I'm going to do is just upload some information on what happened in January and what's happening for the rest of February. And I'll just upload a small video saying that. If I'm not ready, then I will just wait till next month to be ready. Jay says the 19th and 20th and the 19th, let's try that again. 18, 19 and 20th is the Australian Sheep and Wool Show this year. Let's try it again. The 18th, the 19th and the 20th of July is the Australian Wool Show this year. See, I can't edit my lives. Let's try it again. The 18th, the 19th and the 20th of July is the Australian Sheep and Wool Show happening this year. She sang it in the end, guys. She couldn't do it right. There's no... Look, you can't get rid of the bloopers on a live. You just can't do it. I want to, but you can't. Oh, beautiful Wendy. Hi, Wendy. Oh, it's Angela. Hi, Angela. Lovely to have you here, hun. Good morning to you. Well, it's afternoon from us, so good afternoon to you. Lovely to have you in the house, Angela, and lovely to have you too, Wendy. All right, so as I mentioned, Monday will be a video vlog, so you will see a video vlog go up Monday instead of me doing pattern writing, which I'm going to do this Friday instead. So we're just swapping those days. All right, I just right now before the live, while I was setting up, I was thinking about it and stewing over it, struggling. When am I going to get into this room after Wednesday? There's not much time. Forget it. Let's just do it next Monday. I think that's better. And then this Friday we'll use as pattern testing, which I should have done Monday. So we're just swapping the days. And then on Tuesday, you're going to get our very first tutorial of the week. Haven't decided what it is yet. And next Thursday, you will get the Live Antics project for the Live Antics who's going to choose this Saturday. Woof. Do you like that? Woo-wee. Don't you love it? All right, so moving right along. She's just always moving along and not getting anywhere, really. It's just like real slow steps. Anyway, so where we are from here is we are going to see what happens on this Monday. It's really, really great video vlog, I hope. Fingers crossed. If I don't have the information that needs to go into this Monday's video vlog, I'll do a small video vlog just sorting out what happened in January and what's happening in February. And then I will let everyone know when there's a special vlog coming. That's all I want to say. I was hoping that it would come by this Friday or Monday, but it's not going to be either, I don't think. I'd like to say Monday. Let's do this for Monday. But I don't think so. Oh, Bunny's in the house. Hi, Bunny. Lovely to have you here. Or we could just do our normal video vlog on Monday, and then after that we'll sort out the special one over the next 2 weeks. She's so excited. Skippy's in the house. All right. So moving right along again. She's always moving and still not going anywhere. That's my motto this year. Move, 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 and not walking anywhere. And Bonnie says, I'm so glad. I thought I was too late. Well, you're about 20 minutes late. All I've done, is talk about our choker chain Valentine's project. Colour combination chosen by the lovely Pamela on our Live Antics on Saturday. Now, normally I do a Live Antics the week later, but I'm trying to use all of my current Live Antics to do some smaller projects because after Easter I want to restart our Live Antics V-stitch blanket. Not the one we're working on at the moment, not our annual one. There's a V-stitch blanket. It's totally different than the one we're working on. And the colour combinations for that was chosen by Carmen, Claptrap and Rosalind. I have not forgotten about that blanket. That is coming, but it has to wait till after Easter. We've got Valentine's, which we've done, St. Paddy's Day, Easter, and then we have a little break between Easter and Mother's Day here in Australia. So I'm thinking that we can start the V-stitch blanket then. I think that's the best bid. So no one's mentioned anything about the air conditioning, so it must be okay, which is good. It mustn't be annoying anyone, which is even better. And so there you go. All right, that's simple, 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 simple. So are there any questions about the 12-step transition blanket? Now, there is something that came up that someone sent me some private messages, actually, two, and a third one thought, wait a minute, what's going on? Is it supposed to be? So I really kind of had 3 people send me private message saying, are we supposed to have an even amount of stitches at the end of our final row? Because in our base row, we have 129 stitches. In the final row of the V-stitch row, we have 128. That is absolutely normal. Now we're going to readjust that in the next pattern, in part 2, step 2 of the blanket. When you get to the end of that V-stitch, I'm not going to be able to show you because there's patterns attached to it. When you get to the end of that V-stitch, it's kind of like a V-stitch pattern, but it's got double crochets beforehand. So when you get to the end of that, you'll find that one side is really, really straight. The other one's straight, but it's kind of leaning a little bit. That is because at the beginning of the V-stitch row, you are skipping a stitch. I'm not going to explain too much because I do it in the tutorial anyway. And at the end of the row, you're skipping a stitch as well. So that first stitch that you're skipping is classified as a lost stitch. The last one is calculated. And again, don't worry about it. It'll all be explained in a top-down view of step 2. All right. So, but I know these 3 women. I thought, oh, clever girls, clever girls. But they hadn't realized that was done on purpose. And the reason is I wanted to show you how to adjust a pattern to make the edges look straight and make the pattern stay straight, even though you are losing a stitch on one of the patterns. It doesn't happen throughout the whole blanket, but it does happen through a couple of sections of the blanket. I think 2. Can't remember all the stitches, but let me think about it. But definitely happens in the first one. All right, on purpose, because I wanted the V-stitch to be my first stitch, but I wanted to keep the odd amount of rows normally odd throughout the rest of the blanket. I don't know if this is making any sense. Don't worry about it. You'll see a top-down view and you'll get it once you see it. And you'll think, oh, is that all? Anyway, you might even use that voice. Is that all? Oh, Fluffy, you're going, are you, darling? I'll see you soon, darling. You take care. Take care. For those of you who've just left, oh, Fluffy's going and anyone else? No, it's just Fluffy. So it's okay for your stitch count to not be right now, but it will be on part 2, step 2 of our blanket. That's all I want to say. Yeah, 3 smart ladies who sent me private messages. Oh, I was hoping no one would pick it up, but the point was it's not a mistake. It's just the nature of the V-stitch coming out of a double crochet and into a V-stitch. That's the nature of it. You lose that first stitch because you're putting 2 into the next one, and then you skip and you're putting 2, and it's the nature of the way it goes. So leave it there for now. It's all right. I'm here. Oh, are you? That's lovely. Thanks, Jay. I saw the stitch, but I know V-stitch. Yes. So with our transition blanket, this is what I mean about a transition blanket. We are transitioning from stitch to stitch per step, right? Per 10 rows, 12 rows, depending on. And that's another thing too. When I do the blanket, I said we're doing 10 rows per pattern, but if the measurement does not add up the same as the last measurement or is too much for the next measurement, I will adjust the rows to suit. I want each transition to be the same measurements, even if it means having less rows or more rows. Because some stitches you'll have single crochets, they'll be smaller than doubles, and then all of a sudden, oh wow, I need to double my rows, that sort of thing, or at least add another 5 rows or 7 rows. You don't have to worry about count. Count is what I do, yeah? So when you see part 2, I probably should have mentioned it in part 1, you will hear me say, this is what I need you to do. You need to readjust the row to suit. And it all works out. It doesn't look like it will, but I'm 3/4 of the way through step 2 and it's not noticeable. And when we do our border rounds at the end, it will straighten it all out. In fact, even before we do the border rounds, it's already straightened up. It really has. You don't see it, but it does straighten up. All right, that's a lot of talk. But I wanted to clear it up for the 3 ladies who messaged me about it saying, this doesn't seem right. What did you do here? On purpose. You're going to hear throughout the year a lot of tips, a lot of things that you can do to change a pattern, a lot of things that you can do if you've lost a stitch. We're going to miss a stitch in this blanket somewhere along the way. Not now. I'm just going to pop it out maybe on part 7 or part 6 or part 10, and I'm going to say, right, I've missed a stitch. You haven't, but if you have, this is what I want you to do. You're going to see little tips that will happen, and that's what happens when you're doing annual projects. Here at Wow Crochet Designs, we do lots of little tips along the way with the annual projects. With all the other projects, you do minor little tips like, oh, add a little thread at the end of a little stitch marker at the end of your row so you don't lose your thread. And these are little things, but when you're creating something like a blanket or something big, a dress even, a sweater, a pair of trousers, whatever you're creating, if you've messed up a whole row of stitches where all the rows are the same except one row is missing one right in the middle, you're not going to take undone hundreds and hundreds of stitches just to sort out that one mistake. So we're going to do that with something else in the future. You're already behind, Jay. Don't be in a hurry, sweetie. It's once a month. Every step comes up once a month. And apparently the first one, some people haven't even done in the first hour or so, first couple of hours. Me, took me an hour and a half to do the first one, but that's only because I was trying to work out count. Trying to work out the count. But for you guys, all you have to do is just follow the instructions, which means bang, bang, bang. You just keep going. And part 1 of the blanket is, I think, a very easy part and quick to make. Part 2, it's not difficult. It just takes a little longer because some of the stitches are smaller and it's a little bit more of a solid stitch. That's all I'm going to say about part 2. Yeah. Part 1, you got a little bit of lacy look with the V's. Part 2 or step 2, you're going to get a bit more of a solid look in your blanket. So part 2, you will not see any gaps. Well, no, that's not true. The first 2 rows you will. After that, you won't see any gaps for the rest of step 2. And then step 3 comes, and then 4, 5, 6, and in some way along the way, I'm going to miss a stitch. It's going to affect me. It's not going to affect you. When I say miss a stitch, it might be 1 double crochet, a single, a half, or it might be a set of clusters. So for argument's sake, quite a few years ago, who was it, Kiki? She was making a small, I think it was a blanket of some sort, or a small little, like a little layout thing, and it had bubbles. Or was it bubbles? Yes. I think it was bubbles. Pretty sure it was bubbles. And she did a row of bubbles, rows and rows and rows of bubbles, and she missed 1 bubble on the second row, and she was right up the top. And the amount of hours it would have taken her to do all those rows, and she missed them. So she said, do you know, she actually even asked me, do you know of any way I can fix this? And I thought to myself, no, there's no way. And I said, wait a minute, let me see. I went off and I spent hours trying to work out how to sort it out, and I got it done. So we have a repair. We have quite a few repairs on the channel, but we have that as a repair on the channel. And she said I saved her hours and hours and hours and hours of frogging and hours and hours and hours of remaking. So she was quite happy with that. So I'm going to do something like that, where it's not just a stitch, it's a cluster of stitches, or a section, if you will. So it's not just one little stitch that will be wrong, and you won't see it, and I won't tell you that it's wrong. Yours will be right, because the first row or 2 rows or 3 rows or whatever it is, I'll make sure you do yours right. But I will make a mistake somewhere over the next few months. I'm not going to tell you where, but I'm going to show you how we can adjust it. And that'll be its own little tutorial as well. So it gives you an option to adjust something that you're trying to create. You showed how to put back a missed double crochet. Very simple. There are other ways of doing it, and that was one way. Bonnie, thank you. Yes. I'm making mine all one colour, I hope. Well, when I was recording today, I made sure, yesterday and today, I made sure that I said, if you're not changing colours, just chain 1, turn and do your normal stacked double crochet in that very first stitch. Now, that's not going to happen throughout the whole of the blanket, yeah? Just heads up. But it will be for the first 2 rows, 3 rows of part 2. And then it changes a little bit. What? So don't assume that you're going to just go ahead and do what you want and say, oh, Mary's going to do the next 2 rows double crochet, because that's what she said. Maybe I won't. No, I will. If I did say it, I will. But just assume that there will be a different way of starting your rows occasionally. Oh, Yvonne's going. Yvonne, we'll see you soon, darling. You take care. Take care. Skippy's in the house. So don't assume that the blanket will start that way all the time. Someone asked me the other day, will it always start with a stacked single crochet or a, standing double? No. There will be different stitches, and the reason is because certain patterns will start differently. So I can't always use a double crochet. Yes, I know. Then you have 13, not 10 rows. Yes, no. I don't like that. Yes, no. I think Australians are the only ones that say, yeah, no. What do you mean? Yes or no? We actually still only have 10 rows, and we, in step 2, will be transitioning directly into the lemon. The lemon. Not the yellow. Actually, they're both yellow. There's a lighter colour. Now, you can use whatever colour you like. It's actually called citrus, but Bendigo Woolen Mills doesn't have the citrus anymore. They have a new colour, and I can't for the life of me remember the name, but it is still a light lemon colour. So if you wanted to use that, you can, and then maybe use the gold, which is on our jacket right there. You can use that there. What's it called? Curry. That yellow that you see right there on the jacket, right there. So you can use a yellow, and then you can use the gold right after it. And so the yellow is one colour, the light yellow, and then it goes straight into the dark gold, if you're wanting to transition that way. Yeah. Remember, I was like, how many rows? Middle Earthian says, I say yeah, no. Do we? I thought the Australians were the only ones that say, oh, yeah, no. Yeah, no. So which one is it? Yes, no. I thought it was just us. Oh, that's funny. We're not the only ones. We're not the only ones. So for those of you who have been over to my Instagram account, and I've had a lot of people message me about it, you would have seen that I uploaded some photos of the wedding, my daughter's wedding, that we went to, not the weekend it just passed, the weekend before. Yes, they will not be in a video on YouTube. So if you wanted to see it, you'll have to head over to Instagram. There's not a lot of photos. There's a few. Okay. Karen says buttercup. What? Green Butterfly says, I'm back. And what does Green Butterfly say? She says, I'm back. Now water time. Oh, of course, water time. Cheers. And Bonnie says, husbands do the yeah, no. Oh, do they? Well, I must be a husband then. Because I do yeah, no all the time. Kiwis say it too. Oh, is that right, Wendy? That's interesting. So I saw the pics, gorgeous bride. Thank you so much. Yes, she is. The other yellow is buttercup. Oh, is it? Thanks, Karen. Thank you, Karen. So yeah, try the buttercup because it's a light yellow, and then you can use the curry, which is the gold. If you cannot get the other citrus, which you can't, I know that for a fact. I'm so glad I've got, like, you know, a few skeins here because I love the lemon, the very light citrus colour, as they say. I love that lemon. It's a beautiful lemon. But anyway, it doesn't matter. They're both nice. Even that colour you can't get anymore. That one is... Actually, you should be able to get sunflower. Oh, you were last year. I don't know if you can get it now. So, yeah, trying to figure out how to place 2 shades of blue, 2 shades of purple, and 1 shade of dark yellow. Already have my main colour, which is off-white. All right. You need to be a little bit careful with this blanket because some of the rows will be 10 rows. Some of them will be 12. Some of them will be 8. Some of them will be 16, depending on the sizing of the stitch, really. So the stitches of that row. The first set of the V-stitch set that we just did, I'm trying not to give away too much, measures a certain amount. And I'm doing the measurements exactly the same. So no matter what I do next, my next colour, the lemon, will be the same size as my cream. May not be the same amount of rows. May not. I don't think it is, but I'll let you know. Which means it's going to be harder for you to calculate the different amounts of colours that you need for your sections, unless you purchase the right amount that I said for your sections. All right. But if you wanted to put, say, 2 blues in one section, to break them up, it'll be a little difficult. But when you hear me say, right, head off on your own and do 10 rows, 4 rows, 5, 6 rows, you'll know that you can divide your, I suppose watching the whole video first, that you can divide your colours between the 6 rows afterwards. So it's usually the first 4 rows that is the pattern. So the first 2 rows are one pattern, the next 2 rows are another, and then after that I say, right, repeat this pattern. But that's not always going to be that way. There will be patterns that I'll have to divide into 2 sections and record half of it one day and the other half the next, because it might be one of those patterns where you have to do 1 row with me, and it might be 20 stitches in that pattern, 20, 20, 14, 10, 8, that kind of thing, and then the next row, 14, 10, 8, 20, 20. It might be that kind of pattern. So keep in mind that there will be tutorials, that one tutorial will be broken down into 2, because I refuse to do any more than 45 minutes now. These 1.5 hour videos are way too long, way too long for my liking. And it's not the video recording that's long, even though that is long. It's the editing later. So I'm going to be breaking them up into 2 parts. If the pattern is one where you have to do the whole row with me. Like normally I say, right, here's the next 2 rows, repeat them till the end, meet me back here, whatever. right? But if it's one where every row or every third row is different, then we may have to break it up. We hope not, yeah? I'm still crocheting Crystal's cloak, not chewing at the moment. Oh, goody. For those of you new on the channel, achu means knitting. Oh, achu. She's very allergic to it, guys. I'm still, yes, we've done that already. I'm buying the amount you call for. That's good, easy. And Green Butterfly says thumbs up. So the actual blanket itself, because it's an annual project, we have a lot to talk about at the beginning of the year. But as we go along, you're going to hear things like, okay, how are we going with our blankets? That's all you're going to hear, because the rest is a new design. So it's a matter of people getting used to what I'm trying to say without giving them too much. Yeah. Jay says, I'll make the blanket in wool. I think I've got a new grandbaby in April. Jay, guess what? We're going to be adding some baby gear to the channel soon. Just in case the young girl who got married on last weekend has babies in the future. She's anticipating, Jay. So I think we'll be doing some baby gear on the channel over the next 3 to 6 months. So whenever I upload a video, I'll say to my daughter, oh, look at the new video I've uploaded. Check it out. It's a baby jacket. Check it out. It's baby booties. Check it out. It's a baby beanie. Check it out. It's baby, 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 baby. And then she's going to say, I see a theme here, Mum. And I'm going to say, wow, now that you mentioned it, aren't I naughty? So naughty. I'm just so naughty. Let's have a drink. Cheers, guys. All right. So are you all blanketed out hearing about the information of the blanket? Laurie, hi, Laurie. Lovely to have you here. Is it Laurie? Laurie's Stories and Crochet. Lovely to have you here. She's going to say, no, Mum, no. I know, right, Bonnie? There's always a way to entice. How exciting for the baby items. I know, right? I'm so excited thinking about it. Water time again. Thanks, Green. We'll have another one. Cheers. All right. So, yeah, I'm so naughty. I'm so naughty. We meet again. We meet again. Lottie, we meet again. I'll use the accent. Well, I don't know any accents. I try. I don't know any. I'll just mix different sounds up with different... I think I should make up my own accent. We'll call it the wow accent. Nobody else can do it. We should make up our own language. She's so naughty. So naughty. Speaking of languages, I don't know how it reminded me of letters, but it did. Well, languages are letters, really, at the end of the day. All right. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I talked... Oh, here we go. I still haven't given this to that young girl. I talked about this beautiful little gift that I was creating for a family member of ours. And I was talking about the letters, and I found it... I struggled to do the letters in this tiny, tiny little square because I couldn't fit all the... Like that J. That looks like a number 3. That doesn't even look like a J. It kind of looks like a 3. So we're going to be making a couple of squares, and we're going to be having letters on them. The letters at the moment will read Wow Crochet Designs, but when I'm finished with Wow Crochet Designs, I'm going to ask you guys, are there any letters that you want that we can use in the same size square? And I will make those letters for you. Very exciting. So throughout the year, you're going to see a W come up. Then you might see an O come up. Then you might see, I don't know, a D or an S or whatever it is. It will all add up to be Wow Crochet Designs. And obviously, when I say W, I'll make 2. You'll only have 1, but I'll make 2. You can have 2 if you like. But if you are looking to create letters in a solid square like this, then we're going to be doing a lot of that on the channel this year, because I want to do Wow Crochet Designs in squares, okay, this year. And not little squares like that. We're talking good size squares. I haven't decided how big yet. I need to have a look at my letters that I've got in stash. I've done letters years ago when I was creating blankets for family. and I was doing graph ganning. Ooh, I quiver every time I say it. And I was putting the letters down the sides of the blanket, so the blanket's like that. And when the baby's born, I get to the end of the blanket, they say, oh, his name's John. So I go John and finish off the blanket from side to side. Or I start from the base, work my way up, get to the top, wait for them to give us the name, and then Jon inside the colours of the blanket already created. Not afterwards, but inside. So I'm 3/4 of the way through the blanket this way, or that way, or even down below. Yeah. And when they give me their name, once the baby's born, I finish off the blanket and they get that blanket. So my letters are about this big, normally. Yeah? Yeah. Now I can bring them down a little bit smaller, but this is too small. Yeah, so it's very small. Great-grandson, oh, I missed that, what was that? Great-grandson is so exciting, says Laurie. Yes. Wendy, you're leaving. I will see you soon, Wendy. Take care. That's really awesome. So, yeah, we will be doing some letters throughout the year. Once I finish all the letters that I need, I will be showing you on the live as well, so you get to see them. And I'll also be, obviously, you'll do top-down view on the tutorial itself. Just know that the way I do my letters, I do carry yarn, but not always. So there's a lot of weaving in. So just know that that's what will happen. If you want to carry, you can, and have the marks on the blanket. I don't like that look. I end up doing a lot of weaving in later, and it's a lot of work. So just know that's what I do for my letters. If you don't want to do that, and I will mention it at the beginning of each tutorial, if you don't want to do that, then you may need to look elsewhere for other letters. I do not carry up if I can't. If it's going to leave a line and you're going to see it, I will not carry up. I will cut that thread, add a new thread, and then keep going, and then reattach and sew up. Yeah. More of an intarsia style. Absolutely, Laura. It's exactly like intarsia. Exactly like intarsia. But the letters, some of them, and this is another thing I do that is very interesting that a lot of people don't. Let's say I'm doing the letter H, right? You're going up, you're turning, you're going down. And when you get to that middle bit there, I get here, I add another thread down there, and I'm continuing doing the H across this way. When I get to here, I sometimes add that thread to the other thread and keep going with the 2 threads on the H. And then at the end, sew those 2 ends in, or sew the 2 ends in different areas so it's not too full. And also sometimes what I do is I cut the thread, and this is for small things, and then I sew through the back of that same colour that I worked in and bring the stitch up. And when I'm ready to go into the next row and I need that colour over there, it's already there for me. So I do a lot of tricks that way. It takes longer, but you don't have too many threads when you do it that way as well. So I'm going to show you different ways, and you guys can use whatever way you like. And that's the end of that. Jay says, I've got another blanket question. If I use hand-dyed wool, will it look okay, or should I use a plain colour in between to mix colours? Are you saying you're changing from hand-dyed yarn to other yarn types? Is that what you're saying? I would stick to one type of yarn, Jay, whether it's all hand-dyed or whether it's all Bendigo or whether it's all acrylic in that brand. You could probably get away with mixing 2 different types of hand-dyeds, or you could probably get away with mixing Bendigo woolen mills with some of the hand-dyed yarn. But you want to get, kind of want to get the same feel on the blanket. If you're not worried about it and the blanket's just going to go everywhere, I wouldn't use the hand-dyed stuff. Okay, if it's going to be dragged along the floor and the little one's going to be using it as a, something to play with, I'd use a little bit more tough stuff yarn for that. If you're thinking of mixing types, different brands, as long as you stick to an 8-ply or a 10-ply or whatever it is we're working on, as long as you stick to that, that would work. We hope. We hope. Cool. Do you use bobbins or just small amount of yarn? I do use bobbins. Do I have one here to show you? Let's have a quick look. I'll see if I can show you. Usually have some in here. I do. Well, yeah. Oh, here we go. I do have some. There you go. One's attached. Right there. Now, these are old ones, but I like the bigger ones. They make the bigger ones now. But when 100 years ago, when I first started crocheting, they didn't make the big ones. They made these little ones. And I wound up 50 million of them. And this is the same size, is it? Yep. I know I've got a big one somewhere. I've got a lot of stuff in here. A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff, guys. Is there a big one? There is a big one. No, they're all the small ones. These are really, really old, yeah? They're really old. You could use these guys. I don't like them. I did use them once, but they're terrible. No, I use bobbins, but I do have bigger ones somewhere. But this is, in fact, this yarn you see right here. Let me tell you how old this yarn is. I used this on one of the very first blankets I made. The child now, which is a big child, was actually in the wedding party, the bridal party. She is now 8 or 9, I think. So it goes to show how long I made this for her when she was newborn. That was one of the colours. And I used, this was one of the colours. So I used these. So there you go. And I'm probably better off throwing it out because it's so old and you can see all the fluffs coming out of it now. So it's pretty old, yeah. So yes, I use bobbins. Sometimes I don't, to be fair. There are times that I'm really rushed and all I do is pop the yarn on the table and I've got 20 different big balls like this. And I make an absolute mess and I'm untangling all the time and it's a disaster. So better to use the bobbins, I think. A mixed colour hand-dyed than a plain hand-dyed. Yes, Jay, you can use that. You can. And if I'm going to be honest, which I will, the very first 2 rows at this stage of every colour will be double crochet rows. That's all I'm saying. And then the patterns happen. I did mention that in one of the pattern parts where it was the first one or the second one. I did mention it. All right. So, Jay, I love hand-dyed wool. Amazing. Baby blankets, extra special. That's correct, Green. Very, very correct. I remember those bobbins. I've used them a lot with picture knits. Yeah. I have a few of those bobbins. Yes, I have so many of those bobbins. Thumbs up for Mary. Oh, thanks, guys. Thumbs up cost you guys absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. And it does mean the world to me. And it does show YouTube you want to see more of this. You want to see 100 million blankets being made on the channel. Maybe not 100 million, but, close to it, like, 900,000. All right, 2. Okay, maybe 1 right now. I'm not a genius. I haven't got 10 arms. I've got a couple arms and a few legs. I don't know whether the legs will work, though. I could try. I did see one lady crocheting with her toes, her feet. Could you imagine these feet? It could be interesting. So there you go. Yes, we are creating a blanket this year, an annual project. Last year we made the jacket, which, to be fair, I still haven't worn because we're in summer. So I think I'm looking forward to April or May, where it starts to get really cold in Melbourne. And I could wear it like autumn, I think. And I could wear it just to go up the street or something. But I don't want to damage it because I want to wear that one and another one at the Australian Sheep and Wool Show, another one. Not like that, though. Are we going to make it on the channel? I don't think so. We'll see. It's time. It's all about time. Don't stress me out. Stressing myself out. You're using Karen Simply Soft. It's an acrylic 4-weight and it's very soft. You can use whatever you like. That's what I said to everyone. You can use acrylic, cotton, wool, whatever suits you. It's fantastic. That would be hard crocheting with your feet. I saw a lady do it on YouTube. Type it up, crocheting with your feet. There is a lady out there who does it. Water time, Mary. Thanks, Green. Cheers, everyone. I always take too much on the last drink. I always take too much. Let's fill her up again. Fill her up inside. Fill her up inside. All right, so, oh gosh, that looks like I'm almost fell. Oh, oh don't look now. Water all over the floor. Better not be, because this has got carpet under here. Oh, carpet. Cheers again. Yeah, it's got to be very talented. I know, right? Good on her. She can do it. I can't. I have trouble doing it with my hands these days. They're all so sore. I have 2 balls of the off-white. Found out I need 12 balls in total for the project. Okay, there is a message missing. Let's check that message. Sometimes it's all about words. With crochet with her mouth. Oh, okay. They hid that. That's all right. I get that. That's different. Crocheting with your mouth is very different. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Do you do the 6 rows after the 2 V-stitch rows? 2 rows double, 2 rows V, that's 4. Yes, you do another 6 rows. You do another 6 rows after. Altogether, there's 10 rows from the beginning to the end. So there's 2 rows doubles and 8 rows V-stitch. I hope that made sense, Angela. She can't use her thumbs. That's right, she can't use her thumbs. So same thing with the other lady who uses her feet. So there you go. It happens. And there are people out there who need to use other parts of their body to help them out with crocheting. Yeah. You've got to wait. You've got to wait long. You've got to wait. To wait. Weight is in weight for things, or weight is in heavy weight. Yes. Thank you. I wasn't sure. Nearly done. Yes. 2 rows double crochet, 8 rows V. And don't forget, the first 3 double crochets on both sides are not V-stitches. Yeah. And when you see part 2, I will make sure I have explained it because I've done it already. I haven't finished my rows. So I've got all night to finish my rows. And then I'll be ready to do the final part of part 2, which won't take long in the morning. And then it's time for editing. Skippy's in the house for the next part. Yes, we have to wait for the next part. The next part comes tomorrow. Tomorrow. I don't know what time. Can't give you a time, but it'll definitely be uploaded tomorrow. If you don't see it tomorrow, it means I've found an error, which I don't want to find. It means I've found an error at this stage of the recording of what I've seen so far. There's no errors. Hence the word of what I've seen so far. So there you go. Jay says, I used to be able to use my feet to eat when I broke my neck as a teen. Wow. Wow. That's amazing, Jay. Oh, wow. That is amazing. My feet. I struggle to walk with these feet these days. I get from one area to another and I've got marks and bruises and cuts and all sorts of weird things happen to these legs. Won't have my yarn for tomorrow if we're changing colour, but I'll catch up. Well, to be fair, you've got until the 6th of March for part 3. All right. Let's have a look at my calendar. And I can give you April's one too, if you like. Now, as you know, I've been using the health diary. Yes, as you all know, she's been on a health binge. So there you go. Now I can hardly walk too. I know, Jay, don't we all have our problems, darling? Don't we all? When I decide to run, not that that ever happens, which is why I don't run anymore, I've got to spend half an hour to an hour with the legs up over my head. That's how much trouble I have with my legs. Don't even go there. I can't hop or jump. I end up with bruises, all sorts of weird things. It's just, part of it all. All right, so part of it all. Apparently they say it's part of getting old. I don't know. I thought I was 29. But anyway, moving right along, 6th of March, you will get step 3, right? And in April, looking for April, the first Thursday in April is the 3rd of April. You will get part 4, all right? So I've actually adjusted. I think I've only got up to April, and then I stopped recording from memory. I'm going to start recording again. So 6th of March, 3rd of April, and then, oh, I did it, part 5. You will get the first Thursday of May, which is the first Thursday of May, 1st of May, you'll get part 5. I can keep going if you like. She's got nothing to do today and sitting there talking to 100 people doing nothing. Oh, look at that. I put that in there. The 5th of June, you will get part 6. Lol, just standing up, says Bonnie. I know, right? We're going to July. The 3rd of July, you'll get part 7. I don't remember putting them all in. I must have been really good that day. I must have had nothing to do. Oh my gosh. The 7th of August, you will get part 8. I hope this all works. She hopes she gets it right. The 4th of September, you will get part 9. Are you writing these down? It doesn't matter because I know where they are at least. The 2nd of October, you will get part 10. And she's looking, and she's looking, and she's still looking. Nothing's happening. There's a lot in what's happening there. Oh, here we go. The 6th of November, you'll get part 11. And are you ready for the final part? Part 12, which will be the border rounds, you will get on the 4th of December this year, plus on the 5th of December, if I can't get it all done by the 4th, you will get it split into 2 parts. Occasionally, you will get things split into 2 parts, so keep that in mind. But for now, tomorrow's date, the 6th of February, you're getting part 2. Now, did you like that? It just went on forever, didn't it? That's my birthday, part 7. Oh, that's nice. You've got to remind me. You've got to remind me. I'm going to forget. I forget what my name is half the times. Now, the other thing I'm doing with this diary is to remind me on certain days to start projects for Easter. Start projects for Halloween. Start projects for Christmas. I'm going to have the dates set on my calendar. So I have no choice. Drop what I'm doing and start those projects. And that's what I'm going to do this year so that we can get our projects on time. On time. So there you go. All right. So at the moment, we are up to date and ready for part 2 or step 2 tomorrow, which is very, very fun. And we're not going to be breaking that up. That'll be done in one part. It's not a big tutorial. It's pretty much like part 1 or step 1. It's a simple stitch where I say, right, head off on your own, repeat these 2 rows. So you will get that sentence at the end of the tutorial. You'll hear, right, head off on your own, repeat these 2 rows for another 65,000 million times, exaggerating by a few million, and meet me back here on the 7th of March, 6th of March. Don't make me look at it again. I'm not going to look at it again. I have to sit on my hands when I think of Easter because I've got hiccups now. Sorry, guys. Of a cute little, naughty joke. Okay, well, we'll avoid that. I don't know about this being organised. I'm not much good at that. Jay, all you have to do, darling, is to remember when the pattern comes out, you just have to do the next step. Each step will be labelled. So if you're up to step 1 and July you see we're up to step 6 or 7 or whatever, all you have to do is find step 2 and start doing step 2. Find step 3 and start doing step 3. The idea of the annual project is kind of to work together, but if you can't make it that month, that's okay, because it's a whole month between one step to the next, and it's only 10 to 12, sometimes 16 rows, maybe 18 rows per month, depending on the pattern, yeah? Some of the patterns are so simple, you're going to fly through it in an hour or so, a couple of hours, and then you'll think, oh, now what am I going to do for the rest of the month? So you've got a whole month to catch up. So don't be in a hurry to finish. And what I used to do was I used to say, right, if Mary says the next one's not coming out to March, the whatever it is, we'll say 6, because I can't remember what I said now, then all I have to do is use a calculator, divide how many times how long it takes for me to get one row done, right? Say 30 days, we'll say 25 days to be safe, right? 25 days, I need to make 10 rows. How will that work? I can do one row every second day, one row every third day. I can do one row every day, that kind of thing. So you kind of, if you're so busy, at least that late at night, you can just do one row and put the blanket down. Do you know what I mean? So there's plenty of time to catch up. So much time, so much. And Angela says, I'm good with maths. Well, I'm glad one of us is, Angela. I have to check and recheck my numbers whenever I'm doing count for the blanket. So there you go. Water time, says Green. Cheers, everyone. The Best Laid Plans of Mice and Men. Oh, I love that book. When I was young, I read that book. I really loved it, of Mice and Men. I love that book. I'm such a baby. I love things from way back when. I loved a book called Prince Tom. It's about a dog. What kind of breed was it again? Oh, let me think about it. It was about a dog who had natural abilities to be talented. It was so good. Got to be Martha. I'm not sure what you mean there. But there you go. So there you go. That's what's happening with the blanket. A lot of dates. Don't worry about remembering the dates. I will bring them up every month. Whenever we finish one, I give you the date of the next one. So I say, meet me back here on the 6th of whatever, the 7th of whatever, the 3rd of the whatever. Or all you need to do is remember the first Thursday of every month, a step will come out. First Thursday of every month. So if by any chance it's a step that needs to be recorded over 2 days, or even for you to watch over 2 days, 2 tutorials instead of one, it will be Thursday and then Friday as well. So you'll have the 2 days for the blanket, for the one step, if there are patterns like that, and there will be. I'm sure there will. You missed my message before. In other big news, we had our first great-grandson in December. Oh, well, congratulations. That's fantastic news. Jay, fantastic news. Laurie said, I was a high school maths teacher for 24 years, but counting is not my strong suit. Oh, that's hilarious, Laurie. Laurie, I couldn't wait till I got to year 11, because in a year 11, you could decide whether or not you had to use, you could use maths or not. I could have said I didn't want to do maths, and I didn't. Year 11 and 12, I did no maths. I tell a lie, I did dressmaking in year 11, and it consists of a lot of maths. There was a lot of figures, a lot of numbers, drove me batty. But I learned to dressmake, so there you go. Congratulations, Jay. Everyone's saying congratulations. So you're GG. I'm not sure what you mean there. How cool is that? I know, right, Jay? So cool. I love it. We are going to be doing baby patterns this year, guys. Get ready. They are going to come one by one. They'll just pop out. You won't, like babies do. Just pop out. Don't you love it? You'll just see a tutorial go up, and I'll say, oh, would you look at that? There's a baby tutorial there. I don't know why. I don't know how. I don't know who did it. It was me. So there you go. Accounting is arithmetic, not mathematics. Oh, Karen, that's good. There is a ton of math in dressmaking. I know, right, Laurie? Congrats, Jay. Yes, great grandma. Gigi, I gotcha. Thank you. Exactly, Karen. I don't use, look, Bonnie, it's funny, I don't use a lot of short-term words. Like a lot of people use the word lol a lot, and, you know, they shorten words, which is very unusual, because in Australia we use shorter words. We shorten everything. Like Mary is actually Mayor. Hey, Mayor. Mayor, you want to come over? What's happening, Mayor? So we shorten everything. But I do tend not to do it when I'm online. You would think I would do it, but no. Yes. Sorry. So, Laurie, I didn't teach arithmetic. I can't get it out. We had no choice. The only classes I could decide I didn't want to take for grade 11 was science and PE. Well, I didn't take those either, Beetle. I tell you the classes I had. I had English literature, I had Australian history. Oh, there was 5. Oh, I did Italian. Even though I'm Italian, I still studied Italian. And because we couldn't get a teacher in year 11 because the class wasn't big enough, they allowed us to do it correspondence. What? But still classified as a subject. Or there was another subject. What was it? This is weird that I don't remember. Oh, legal studies. Was I going to be a lawyer? No. Why did I do legal studies? Well, because there was nothing else to do. It was legal studies or maths. And I thought, ugh. But when I got to year 12, I changed legal studies to, I think it was politics. And I didn't like that either. I didn't like legal studies. I didn't like politics. So there you go. But I use all the other subjects, like your dressmakings and your English literature. I use all those. But I would use the name GG. Oh, would you? Okay. Oh, that's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Once again, for those of you who did see my pictures up on Instagram of my daughter's wedding, that's the only place you will see it. I will not be putting them in a video vlog, even though I said I might. I've decided not to. But, you know, they're there on Instagram if you want to see them. Middle says, I wish I could have been able to choose not to do science and math. Oh, you're very unlucky. Here in Australia, we had a choice. But I think now things are changing. I haven't checked the high schools lately, but there's talk about change to maths and making sure that our generation knows a lot more about maths than we did. But there you go. After we're done, says Bonnie. After we're done. Laurie says, back in the day, we could take a PE test, and if we passed it, we didn't have to take PE any time in high school. That's fantastic, Laurie. I wish I had that. We didn't have that. They just made us take it. Oh, I hated PE so much. And you know the PE teacher knew it. He'd say, and I'd be, oh, I'm in trouble again. He'd say, why won't you do this? I've got a headache. Sure you have. Let's go. Move. I'd have to do everything double because he knew I didn't like it. So I had to do it double. Water time, says Green. And everyone. Cheers, everyone. I couldn't believe when that teacher left and we had another one. I was able to con the other one, but just for 1 year. But the first one, he knew everything. He knew what I was trying to do. She's sick again. You can't be sick again. Oh, that was hilarious. Yeah, it was, it was hard work. I think there was something else I did take. I took a human developments course instead in year 11 as well. There was no way I was going to do anything maths or anything science. I remember the sports teacher. Let's get Mary up to show us what to do. Oh, not again. I can't do this. Yes, you can. He would make me do it. It's terrible. Tortured me. I want to find that teacher and make him crochet. He'll have to crochet a blanket. Hey, everyone. This is Kimberly. Hi, Kimberly. Lovely to have you here, hun. We got sidetracked. I don't know how we got talking about school. But anyway, we got sidetracked. Kimberly, just letting you know, and for those of you who are just joining us now, we did right there, our little choker necklace right there. And it will be a choker. But if you wanted to leave yours not choker and make a necklace out of it, you can just dangle it at the back like that. You can, it's coming undone. Whee! Now we just got strings everywhere. So there you go. We did that yesterday, and tomorrow we're going to be uploading step 2 of our 12-step transition blanket. Very exciting. They don't have that anymore, so my daughters had to take PE, but one of them was able to take bowling as her PE credit. Oh, that's crazy. I wish I had bowling as a PE credit. It's the only thing I liked. Couldn't do anything else. I remember when we had an excursion to the ice skating ring. That was drama. That was so. I ended up bruised from top to toe. They had to take me off the off the ice. Someone literally was the first 5 minutes. The kids knew I couldn't do it and I couldn't stand on these skates, and I was falling. So they two of them just rammed me on purpose, and down I went. Legs and arms were everywhere. The head was upside down, and I was bruised from top to toe. Oh, I was so much pain. We're talking weeks of trying to. I had damaged ribs, everything. It was never again. No ice skating for me. And I think I had a fear after that because of the fall. But don't you have a fear after that? And also being bucked off a horse. So, yeah, when I was younger. So I have a fear of ice on the skates and a fear of horses. But I don't know why. Oh, it's terrible. I look back at those days. I so was not sporty. And sadly for me, I was allergic to, at the time, I was allergic to chlorine. So when everybody was in the pool swimming, I was sitting out watching. And I was told to write, I had to write lines because I didn't go swimming. I said, I can't go. I got the allergies, right? And funnily enough, as I got older, I won't say the allergies disappeared. I say they used, in some pools now, they use a salt water chlorine, so it's not a real powerful chlorine, and I can now go into pools, but it's too late now. It's too late now. I did learn how to swim in my 20s. Let's just say it was 20s and a few more years. Karen says Form 5 Year 11 took 2 maths, English, chemistry, physics and French. From 6 Year 12 dropped French. I was a nerd. It's all right. Nothing wrong with being a nerd. I'm glad you didn't break any bones. I did do some damage to the ribs. It took a long, long time for them to repair themselves. They repair naturally, but there's always niggly. There's always something niggly around here that I know is a problem because of the fall. I'm sure of it. I was definitely more like you, Karen. Yes. Salt pool is so much better. Well, that's what they started using, and I remember when my kids turned teenagers, I thought, they're in the water a lot. I might need to save them. So let's go swim. And I went to learn how to swim as an adult. Lucky they changed. But you know what? Actually, don't get this wrong. The very first 3 times I tried to learn how to swim was in my early 20s. I got to the pool. I started walking, slipped, fell. This was the very first time I wanted to learn how to swim. Hit the elbow in the side of the pool, and there was a bit of blood on the elbow. Well, they didn't let you in the pool if you were bleeding, so that was the end of that. I never went back. The second time I learned how to swim was hilarious. This was before the kids were born. I went to a pool. It was a private pool in a local area, and the lady had 3 students, and I went into the pool, and I've never seen a private pool before. This is the first time. It was in the back of her house, and it was a professional business, right? And I was doing well. And I didn't have any problems. And she had broken her arm or a leg. I think it was her leg. She had broken something, so she was in plaster. She wasn't supposed to teach while she was in plaster, but she did. And I went into the pool and went under the water, and I was doing well, but I didn't need to come up and get a breath. And she panicked, and I kept going underwater. This was great, no problems. And so she panicked in the assumption that I was drowning, jumped in, plaster and all. Up I went, here I am, and I couldn't find the teacher. She was right there in front of me. So, yeah, I stopped going back after that because I wasn't happy. I was embarrassed. So there you go. Good for you, learning as an adult. But there was at least 3 goes that I failed completely. So I went back when the kids were older and learnt them. And it's probably not enough. It would be enough to save myself. Whether it's enough to save anybody else, probably not. I have to go back and do some more lessons. What do you reckon, guys? Don't forget, we have to crochet in the water. It's not going to happen. All I could think of is, how do you record it? I saw the other day, I looked it up and had a look at someone else doing it. And they had the full gear with the tank and everything. And it was a whole tank. And I couldn't do it. There's no way I could do it. I tripped over my own feet teaching and sprained my foot, so I relate to you. It happens, doesn't it, Laurie? It happens. Jay, you're going, are you, darling? Take care. Be good. Green Butterfly says, water time. Cheers. So there you go. How we got sidetracked? Whose fault was this? It was me. My fault. All right, so moving right along, we're going to talk about what's happening again for the rest of the week and what's happening next week. And then I think we'll call it, guys. I think she's like this. Tomorrow we are getting step 2, part 2 of our 12-step transition blankie. And on Friday, I'm going to be doing pattern review testing, if you will, and then changing the days over. And on Monday, I will do the video vlog. I'm hoping that will actually work. You'll have to learn to swim so you can take your grandbaby swimming. That's a hilarious one. And next week, we will talk about the rest of next week on Saturday. I'll give you more information on Saturday about what's happening next week. I want to try and catch up and maybe get, I know it's a little soon, but maybe get some Paddy's Day project out as soon as I can so that we can start on some Christmas. Let's try Easter gear. Speaking of which, there are Easter eggs already in Coles. Heads up if you're looking for Easter eggs. Doing blue tomorrow. Are you? That's good, Angela. We'll catch you then. We'll catch you then. I'll catch you. We won't catch each other. Angela lives in the UK. I would love to meet you. I think that would be great, Angela. Have a nice night too, Angela. All right, so that's what's happening tomorrow and Monday and Tuesday. We'll just leave it there for now. And on Saturday, I'll give you the rest of the information of what's happening next week. And there you have it, guys. That's our live for Wednesday afternoon. I would love to see everyone here 10 a.m. Saturday morning, Melbourne, Australia time, where we have another live and you can get the rundown of what's happening through the whole week next week. In the meantime, I've been Mary. This has been Wow Crochet Designs, and I'll catch you Saturday. Ciao for now. Try to be good. Look forward to step 2 tomorrow. Ooh, bye all.